Hello students, welcome once again to Sourav sir's classes. Today we are going to continue with some theories on group theory. Okay, today we will continue with the theory on group theory. Okay, and with this theory we will also include some mathematical proofs and all wherever required. Alright, so the part 8 says that properties of a group. What is the properties of a group? It says that the identity element of G is unique. So the identity element, any identity element in G will be unique. Okay, any element if you have in G, the identity, not any element, the identity element of G will be absolutely unique. Next part, every A, that is every element that belongs to G has a unique inverse. Every element will have a unique inverse. Not necessary that I showed you in the previous one how you are getting 2 into 2, and then if it was a modulo 4, then 2 into 2. So if it was a modulo 4, then you're not supposed to get if it was an addition, suppose if it was an addition modulo, suppose if I assume this to be an addition modulo, 2, if I have 2 plus 2, right, 2 plus 2, then I'm going to get a 0 of it, right, because it is the addition modulo of 4, isn't it? So that's how you will get, alright, the inverse. Okay, every different element will have a unique inverse. Alright, okay, so let's move on to the next part of here. For every A comma B belonging to G, AB whole inverse will be actually equal to B inverse A inverse. Alright, that is the fourth part. Moving on to the fifth part. Fifth part is saying for all A comma B comma C that belongs to the group G, mind you, AB will be equal to, what happened? I was supposed to get the highlighter. Just hold on, I was not to cut this out. Where is it? There you go. So AB is equal to AC. That implies B is equals to C. It's called the left cancellation law. Why left cancellation law? The left A's are getting cancelled out. Okay. Now if you go on to the next one, this is called the right cancellation law, because the A's at the right hand side are getting cancelled out. So there is a left cancellation law and there is a right cancellation law. So these are the properties of a group. Okay, so the group will have these 6 properties. 6 properties. PROP. These 6 properties the group will have. Moving on to our next part. In the next part, we are going to talk about, or we are going to study about a new thing. That is a ring. What is a ring? First let us understand. We have learned about what is a group. Now we will learn what is a ring. Okay, so what is a ring, students? Very simple logic. A ring R is a non-empty set with 2 binary operations, that is addition denoted by A plus B and multiplication denoted by A dot B, such that for all A, B, C belongs to the real number R. Okay, now let us not real number R, or the ring R belongs to the ring R. Okay, this is the ring R. Okay, the first one is given as A plus B is equal to B plus A. What is this? This is the commutative law. Commutative law, isn't it? What is this? This is the associative law. Okay, this is the associative law. What is the second one? There is an existence, there is an element O in R such, there is an element 0 actually in R such that A plus 0 is equal to A. Excuse me. So these properties, these three properties are for the addition part. Now if we move on, these three properties, no, there is a next one also including in the addition part. This is the inverse. There is an existence of a minus A, that is the inverse, such that A plus of minus A is equal to 0. Just now I showed you, like, you know, for a addition modulo of 4, like 2 plus 2, you will get a 4. So 4 minus 4, eventually the answer will give you as a 0, isn't it? Moving on to the next option. The next one is the multiplicative part. A dot B dot C is equal to A dot B dot C. This is the multiplicative law for associative. Associative law with respect to multiplication. T-I-O-N, multiplication. Okay, with respect to multiplication. Let's move on to the sixth one. That is a distributive property, clearly written here. It is a distributive property. Why is it called a distributive property? You can see clearly over here that it's given as A into B plus C. So the multiplication and the addition is included, so the two signs are getting distributed. Can you see? They are getting distributed. So multiplied here and added here, again multiplied here. So there are a few examples they have given to us, that they are saying that Z, Q, R and C. What are Z? Z are integers, Q rational, real, and these are complex numbers. C is complex. Are rings under usual addition and multiplication. So the set of integers, the set of rational numbers, the set of real numbers and also complex numbers will form a ring under usual addition and multiplication. Moving on to the next topic is called a commutative ring. Now the ring has a different part also. This one is called a commutative ring. What is a commutative ring, students? Commutative ring, a ring in which AB is equal to BA for every A comma B belong to R is called a commutative ring. What is the example? The examples are Z, Z, Q, R are all commutative rings. Alright, they are all commutative rings. Next, unit of a ring. What is the unit? Let R be a ring. An element V of R having a multiplicative inverse in R is called a unit regular element of R. So if there is an element V, and this V has a multiplicative inverse, let's write it. Multiplicative inverse of V, then it is called inverse in R is called a unit or regular element. So this unit inverse of V, say V dash, this is called a regular element in R. Okay, let's move on to the 12th one. Definition of a field. What is a field? What is the definition of a field? A commutative ring with unity is called a field if every non-zero element is a unit. A commutative ring, what does it mean? A commutative ring with unity, it has a unit element, with unity is called a field if every non-zero element is a unit, isn't it? Okay, So let's move on to the next one. The examples are given: Q, C, Z of P, Z prime under addition, multiplication, modulo P, P for prime. Alright students, so we are done with we are done with all these definitions for this part of the video, and we will definitely continue this in the next part. Okay, we've got a lot more to cover in this, so you keep taking as much help as possible from our classes, which is Dr. Sourav sir's classes, and all the help that you will be needing will be provided at our classes. Thank you for watching, students.